Alex and Joey too. Got a show for me and you, games and films and tunes they'll skew. Some laugh, some groans, it's nothing new. Things are hated, let's dive in. Games and movies, where do I begin? Tunes we love, but still we spin. Laughs and cringe, it's where we win.
Hello, welcome back to Thanks, I Hate It. I'm Tim at Wembembo and everything. I'm joined by Alex.
Good evening.
Good evening. And I'm also joined by Joey.
What is the charge? Eating a meal, a succulent Chinese meal.
Have you seen that he's done that on What We Do in the Shadows now?
Yeah, he flies down and he goes, "Hello, sir. May I interest you in a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?" It's very good.
So, Thanks, I Hate It is a show where each of the hosts, myself, Alex, and Joey, have put together little lists of things that we generally hate in media, and the other members of the group are going to try and find something that helps them maybe, I don't know, appreciate something in that genre. Alex, I targeted this at you, but what I didn't realize last week when picking this is actually going to be a double whammy because Joey also hates something in this genre. I picked the game Guilty Gear 2 Overture because Alex hates fighting games, and as it turns out, Joey hates MOBAs. That being massive online battle arenas, think League of Legends, Dota, what have you. And this does both. So, do we want to go to immediately with did you hate it, did you love it, or?
It's up to you, Tim.
Well, Alex was the target of this one, so Alex, Guilty Gear 2 Overture, did you love it, or did you hate it?
Oh, well, I guess he hated it.
We said it'd be here last time, or next time rather, and there are now jingles for it. He hated it, ladies and gents.
Yes, every minute, from start to finish. First off, when this game loads, it is loud. Like, think the THX loading screen level of loud. And you can't turn it down until you get into the game. No, I assume we're going straight into thoughts then. The game didn't feel like it knew what it wanted to be. The missions seemed nonsensical and completely unlinked to each other. It controlled like a sack of potatoes. And I'm not big into Guilty Gear, but obviously I've talked to you quite a bit about it, Tim, and I know from you and from stuff that I've seen that Guilty Gear has insane lore, it has very good characters, it has really good music, and I feel like this had none of that. At all. I have some particular missions that I have gripes with, but I think we can move on to that after we speak to Joey.
Well, we should, on the topic of missions, I want to just throw it out there that we did only play up to mission 14 of 16 because there is a problem emulating this game on modern hardware. That means that mission 14 does not, despite you completing the objective, it will not register that you've completed the objective, thus not allowing you to move forward.
That mark of quality.
It's the ultimate soft lock.
It's something to do with the CPU clock speed or something from what I've read. But I don't know. Joey, your thoughts?
Oh, well, I guess he hated it.
He also hated it.
I did my whole review without saying a word. It was magical. Tim, who in their right mind would enjoy this? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
This is the first time you've played it. Did
Correct.
you like it?
Not especially.
Oh, I thought you were going to go with the jingle then.
Well, I think I didn't hate everything. There was some stuff in this that I actually really liked.
There was things in it that I have positive things to say about. Mainly, missions can also be made up of skippable cutscenes, which I really enjoyed. I got to mission 14 in shy of 2 hours. I appreciated that, but if I bought this at launch for full price and I'd gotten that far and done what I did in the game in 2 hours, I would be I'd be incredibly disappointed. I did like that you had certain types of spawns to combat certain types of enemy spawns. Felt a little bit Age of Empires in that, but it was 3D League of Legends, and I didn't understand why your character drifted like a Tokyo race car.
That was a great bit of movement.
No, it wasn't.
It was awful.
It's great.
No, if they have to include a button that they constantly remind you have to brace before hitting a wall, otherwise you'll stop. That's not. Just don't do it.
It's great.
It was not great, Tim. I found that it was. So the missions are made up of a few things, but the majority of missions are you capture a outpost. You have a main outpost, you and an enemy, and you capture outposts throughout that produce more enemies. And the more outposts you get, the more enemies you get. And I found that it was much easier for me to completely ignore all of the outposts, go straight to the enemy's outpost, kill their boss person, and then just wail on the outpost and win. I figured that out about mission 6 and did it for every single one afterwards, so I didn't actually play the game because that got me through a bit quicker.
Well, we should probably talk about how this game actually functions. Guilty Gear typically is a sorry, Joe's just done air quotes for the word functions there. Guilty Gear typically is a fighting game series, starting out with Guilty Gear The Missing Link and Guilty Gear XX. And then Arc System Works actually lost the license in a Sega buyout. And
you're going to say they lost the plot, and that's what this is.
well, somewhere along the line, they started writing down the lore for this game, and then they lost the plot.
Yeah.
But they lost the license somewhere along the way, and this was actually the first game they produced when they got the license back. Which is really interesting. So they wanted to do something different. It didn't exactly pan out. This game's pretty widely hated. But what it does do is something very, very brave, which is a big departure from what the series is usually known for. As I say, very rooted in fighting games typically. But this, if you picture League of Legends, where you've got to take down like turrets and bases and stuff like on the enemy team, typically played in a 5 versus 5 format. This is a single player version of that, complete with real-time fighting game combat and drifting. Alex, you have thoughts?
So this is something that I realised very quickly when you told me it was going to be a sort of single-player MOBA, because you targeted me with it because I quite enjoy MOBAs. I'm a big Smite fan, particularly.
But you hate fighting games.
But I hate fighting games, exactly. This doesn't, to me, play like a MOBA. This plays like a first-person tower defense game.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. It's a weird sort of amalgamation of the two that doesn't know what it actually is. And it's one of these where you can basically Zerg rush, because I know Joey said he just went to the boss and wailed on it. All I did was spawn as many drills as possible.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I ask for the less informed of us, myself included, what does Zerg rush mean?
Zerg rush is buying hundreds of the cheapest unit. It's you've played Age of Empires 2, haven't you?
I have.
Imagine sending your serfs to attack the capital.
Got you. Okay, cool.
Just hundreds of serfs.
So, as mentioned, you kind of run through a map, and it's typically yourself versus a boss, and the boss will be like a main character who will look after their own army, and you'll look after your own army. And the objective is to capture smaller control points, so you can start building up more resources more quickly, and also then have to zip around the map, allowing yourself time to defend different control points as your robots take other control points. There's items that can be found along the way, such as potions for increasing your tension meter, which allows you to do super moves. As well as health potions, there's speed boosts, there's defense ups. There's a lot of stuff here. And it uses, it uses characters from the Guilty Gear series. You mostly play as Sol Bad Guy, but throughout this game, you will play as characters like Sin Kisk, Dr. Paradigm, Kai Kisk, who else? Valentine, the before we got all the other Valentine characters in Guilty Gear. I mean, I really enjoyed the character designs in this at the very least. I mean, it harks back to the Guilty Gear XX series.
I think that might be because you're familiar with the series.
Oh, totally.
I had no frame of reference other than what I've seen you play of Guilty Gear, and for all I know, these could have been all original characters. So, whilst I'm not saying it's not good and it's not something that they shouldn't do for continuation of the series, it doesn't mean a lot to anyone who doesn't play Guilty Gear.
I think of the cast, the playable cast, that's Sol, Kai, Sin, Dr. Paradigm, Izuna. I think there's about 6 or so playable characters in this game. I think 4 of them are original to this game. Like they've stuck around in terms of the lore. This game is canon with the series, but they were made for this game.
Okay.
Yeah. To go into some more details about this game, it came out on Xbox 360 originally in November 2007. It's designed and directed by Daisuke Iwatari, the guy who's looked over the entire series of the thing. Its publishers, as well as developers, Arc System Works, and it was also published by 505 Games, who went on to publish Terraria, interestingly.
No, that's a left turn.
It's a very weird left turn. Did you guys... So, Joe, you said they had positives about this game.
Yeah, I liked that the missions were varied. I like that it very could have easily become a copy and paste of the tower defense. I actually quite like the tutorial. The tutorial is basically your character saying, "Oh, well, I can't sleep," and he goes, "Well, let's do some training then." And they could have easily just stuck you in a room and then said, "Push this button to do this." I think that the fact that it has difficulty modes, whilst, is a fairly basic thing for something like this, for a game style that people might not be familiar with, particularly if you come in expecting a Guilty Gear fighting game. I think it was helpful for you to pick up in an easy mode rather than just going in there and getting your ass handed to you. I think that's it.
Yeah. Alex, any positives?
I quite like... Is it Izuna or Izuka? What was his name?
Izuna.
I liked him as a character. He was sassy and bitchy. It was great. I didn't hate the fight against Dr. Paradigm, which I think was mission 5 or something, when you're in the big circle.
Yes, that was a positive. That boss fight was good.
That was a good fight. Dr. Paradigm as a character was all right as well. It's got a solid voice cast behind it, and I think the voice cast did quite well with what they were given.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at the voice casters. I was like, hang on, I recognize that guy. Hang on, I recognize that guy. Yuri Lowenthal, who has been in a few games that we've played, plays Sin Kisk. Sol is played by
Dr.
Troy
Paradigm.
Does he play Dr. Paradigm as well?
I think Yuri was Paradigm as well.
And Troy Baker plays Sol Bad Guy, which was interesting.
Troy Baker is everywhere.
He is everywhere. There's a few big names in this, which is neat. Should we do story?
Good luck.
Yeah, okay. So I'm not going to go into the whole Guilty Gear lore. You can listen to the Talking Smack episode I was on about that. But the long and short of this is that Sol and Sin are traveling the world. Sol is a bounty hunter and Sin is his protege. While traveling through a village, they are assaulted by a mysterious entity and a mysterious voice who we later learn to be Izuna. Ooh. Thank you for the sound effects. Assists them in saying, hey, these are Valentine's army. You need to beat the Valentines or bad things will happen. We beat up the Valentines. We see a new enemy for the series just called Valentine. This is before we got Ramlethal Valentine, Elfelt Valentine, and Jacko Valentine in the series. Valentine is here in search of gear cells, gears being this bioweapon made of magic, basically, that humans have made. And it turns out that not only has Kai, who is the king of the kingdom of Illyria, has married Agia, Dizzy, or the Maiden of the Grove from Guilty Gear XX. They had a son, Sin. So it makes sense that the Valentines are going after the gear cells in Dizzy and in Sin, because with those gear cells, they can access a dimension called the Backyard, which is essentially just a place where God lives, and he can make and do all sorts of powerful stuff. Sol, Sin, Kai, Izuna, Dr. Paradigm, and Kai all end up teaming up in a battle that crosses the nation, along with bringing up old friendships and rivalries, particularly with the villain known as That Man, who is there to assist them in fighting the big bad Valentine in the Backyard. The end.
I got none of that in my game because I skipped all the cutscenes.
That will happen if you skip all the cutscenes.
It helped me finish it on time for this recording, though.
That's true.
That's
Damn if
my
you're using Vision.
recommendation.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Would you guys recommend this game?
No.
No.
No. No.
I think it felt very, very, very aged. And what year did you say it came out?
2007.
Okay, I want to play a game, Tim. What other games came out in 2007?
Oh, I don't know.
Because
I'm waiting for the
Sorry
list
for
to
the
say
editing.
nothing at all. For what it's worth, I would recommend this game to Guilty Gear fans specifically.
But is
But
that because it's fun or to complete the lore?
not even to complete the lore, just to be like, look how different this is in comparison to the rest of the stuff. That's about it.
Oh,
I
I
think
did
it
want
is-
to talk, before I get onto my 2007 games, I did want to talk about one thing. That mission where you have to use a spell to uncover the hidden chest.
Oh my god, yeah, that thing was infuriating.
Why?
Awful.
Why? It's an enormous map with loads of enemies that don't do a lot of damage, but do slow you down a lot.
And you're not allowed
And
to
if
kill
you
them else
kill
on
any of
scale.
them, it cancels the mission.
And the narrator, I didn't even notice that. I just ran away from them because I thought it was quicker than trying to kill them. The narrator's there going, well, there are hidden boxes here, but damned if I can remember where they are. I think one of them's near a door. And you look, there's about 400 fucking doors.
The lantern
then-
was bigger than the other, and you go to a big lantern, and it's like, no, not that lantern.
And there's a time element to this. You have I think it's 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes to complete it.
Yeah.
If I didn't find a video on YouTube that told me exactly where all of them were, I don't think I would have got the first one. I tried it organically myself for the first one, and I spent 7 minutes doing it and could not find where the hell he was on about.
The
That
first
mission-
one
that
spawns
mission's done.
basically in front of you.
Yeah, but I'd already run by them because they taught you to run as soon as you get in.
True.
And it was going, oh, I remember it's around here somewhere. And then it goes, maybe look for this thing. And it's like, a very innocuous thing. And then he gives another hint, and eventually he goes, here's a picture of exactly where it is. And I was like, well, I still have no idea where that's meant to be.
Because it's
So-
in weird angle of a place.
So I went on YouTube and searched where are the stupid hidden chests, and cleared the rest of the mission in about 2.5 minutes.
Can I talk about two other missions that I really hated before you go on to your 2007 games?
Yeah, go on.
So the mission before the Hidden Scores one, where you've teamed up with Dr. Paradigm and you have to fight Valentine in a MOBA.
Yeah.
On the beach, right. Well, it's like a seaside kind of thing.
Seaside Town.
That mission was awful because Valentine has no chill and Dr. Paradigm has all the health of a wet paper bag. So I'm over at my Master Ghost protecting it, and he's there going, help, I can't fend them off. And by the time you manage to get over there, he's dead and your mission's failed. And then Mission 13. This is when you start playing as the king for a
Aye.
mission, and you've got to defend the gate. But you're not only defending the gate, you've also got to unbrainwash Paradigm's friends. The problem is, if you kill more than 4 of them in the 15 minutes that you have to play that mission, you fail the mission. and you have to use a particular type of attack on them, and they stay stunned for about 2 seconds, and then you've got to use this magic green brain unwasher. But if you use that magic green brain unwasher while Dr. Paradigm is nowhere near you, it does nothing. And it's great because then you successfully unbrainwash his friends and they join you in the fight, which is great. Apart from the fact they then target other brainwashed entities. So you've got to get to those brainwashed entities before Paradigm and his friends bully them to death.
It's a fun mission.
I failed that mission 3 times and nearly gave up.
That mission, something I really appreciate about, and I don't know if you guys will, because it's very much oh my god, I understood that reference. The moment you start playing as Kai, his theme from Guilty Gear XX, a song called Holy Orders, Be Just or Be Dead, comes on, and it's one of my favorite songs from the entire series. I was like, oh my god, this.
Oh, that's fun. That's not.
I feel like you couldn't hear them. I know it's probably an audio level thing that I could have fixed, but I didn't touch the audio levels, and I felt like the music was so quiet compared to all the noise from the fighting, because the fights are noisy.
They are very noisy. There's a lot of people shouting and a lot of hit sounds and a lot of machine sounds and all that.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to play a game?
2007.
2007.
Well, let's play the game. Did Guilty Gear 2 come out before or after this game? You ready?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
BioShock.
Before.
Guilty Gear came out before.
No, I'm saying BioShock came out before.
BioShock came out 3 months before this game. 3 months, Tim. The quality difference.
They probably were done with production by then.
3 months. Team Fortress 2.
That's a before.
It's before October. This came out a month before Guilty Gear 2. Dead Space.
After.
Well done. A year after.
Way.
Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots.
After,
but not that much after. 4 months after. There's 4 months difference between Guilty Gear 2 and Sons of the Patriots.
Sons of the Patriots is a very pretty game as well.
Bully.
Way before.
Old Canis Candom edit.
Way before.
What came out before, Guilty Gear 2?
No, Bully.
Not way before, just a year before.
Oh.
Elder Scrolls Oblivion.
Before.
Exactly 1 year before this game.
Oh.
And finally, Devil May Cry 3.
After.
just after.
Just after. Okay, try 2 and a bit years. Devil May Cry came out before this game.
Oh.
Devil May Cry 3, 2 and a bit years. We'll do one more for bonuses. Resident Evil 4.
Before.
Just after.
Okay. 2005, Resident Evil 4 came out. This is the problem I have with Guilty Gear 2. It feels like a game that came out in the year 2000 rather than 7 years after it actually did. It just felt very, very, very limited for what it was.
I can appreciate that. Obviously, like you said, Tim, this came after the buyout with Sega and all that mental behavior. I can appreciate them trying to do something different, but Jesus Christ, I don't know how they've recovered after that.
I don't know how the series survive after this, because to my knowledge, Xrd was probably not in the works at that. When did Xrd come out actually?
Buy out these nuts.
When did Xrd release? Xrd released 7 years later.
Wow.
So there was not a game for 7 years, and then they came out with a banger.
It's quite validate. I think it's quite validating as well, because obviously me and Joey have spent the entire time poo-pooing this game because neither of us enjoyed it, but we're not Guilty Gear fans. But you, as I'm sure the fans and the listeners will know, you're a little bit of a Guilty Gear fan.
A bit.
And
I appreciate the series.
And to hear you saying, pretty much echoing everything we've said, it's sort of it's validating.
Yeah,
It proves that this is a crap game, whatever angle you come at it from.
I'm not gonna put on rose-tinted glasses. This is a bad game. There are parts of it that I appreciate, but it is a bad game.
Soul bad game.
Soul bad game.
There you go. That's the title of the episode for you, Tim.
Playing this game was a sin kiss.
Yeah, I like it. Very good.
Good. Right, who is next for Thanks I Hate It?
That would be Alex.
Me! It would be me, yes. We are Joey. We're targeting you with cozy games.
Joey. Oh,
we are Joey. We are one. We are
Legion.
Joey. We are Legion. So we're going to play a little cozy game called Jusant.
Okay.
Or Jusant. Cool. Jusant. It is a cozy rock climbing style game.
I've seen some of Jusant. I'm still not convinced it's a cozy game.
It doesn't look like it from the thumbnail.
It is tagged as cozy. We know this. So.
Sure. In the same way that Guilty Gear 2 is tagged as a fighting game.
I think this is the problem with the cozy game tag, because it's as soon as it's not Call of Duty or Monster Hunter, it's suddenly a cozy game.
I think Call of Duty and Monster Hunter are cozy games.
I could absolutely get cozy with Monster Hunter. Are you kidding?
There you go. There you go.
So good. Yeah. There we go.
Thanks, Tim. I hated it.
No
Thanks,
problem.
Tim. I hated it.
No problem. We'll see everyone in the next Thanks I Hated for Jusant. What's the episode that comes out after this? Is it a BAP or is it a...
I have no idea anymore. We don't
I don't know.
them in order.
We're reworking.
Let's cut all of this bit, Tim, please.
Yeah, that's fine.
See you on Monday. Love you. We're all
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Tim, Alex, and Joey too. Got a show for me and you. Games and films and tunes, they'll skew. Some laugh, some groans, that's nothing new. Things I hated, let's dive in. Games and movies, where do I begin? Tunes we love, but still we spin. Laughs and cringe, it's where we win. Da 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 da.
Are we doing the jingle or no?
If you want to do the jingle, I can do the jingle.
Yeah, go for it.
It's a professional operation.